Today in the I Am Shayna cookbook, we're going to learn how to make Haitian Epis. Now, Haitian Epis is basically the essential part of Haitian cuisine. It is the base seasoning, and you will find it in almost every Haitian dish that consists of meat. That's the meat seasoning, and it's in every Haitian dish, from griot, chicken, turkey or fish, all of those meat rely heavily on ipis. So, and ipis is very easy to make. It's probably the easiest recipe you're going to find on here to make. So that's definitely a good thing. And what you will need to make Haitian ipis is basically red bell peppers, green bell peppers. I add orange and yellow, but you don't have to. I just like the color because I like color. I don't know why. I like the colors. So, but you definitely need green and red bell peppers. But the other colors are optional. So you're gonna need scallion, you're gonna need parsley, you're gonna need garlic, one lemon, you're gonna need thyme, you're gonna need maggie cubes, you're gonna need cloves, you're going to need olive oil, and you're gonna need a tablespoon of salt. Oh, and a hot pepper, of course, but that's optional. Yeah, that's definitely optional because not everybody really likes spicy food. So therefore, you don't necessarily have to put the hot pepper in there. I know some people use celery and some people who use cilantro. That's not really included in the Haitian ipis because cilantro is not that easily you can't really find that easily in a Haitian marketplace. However, it's like I guess with the American fusion, the American influence. So some people tend to put that in their ipis, but it's really not. If you want to really make Haitian ipis, that's not really something that you'll find in there. But of course, you need onions. Let's not forget the onions. And what I'm doing here right now. First, I use I have a two-part blender, and because I strongly suggest that you get one of those because one is for the juice is a juicer, one is for the vegetables because I like to make smoothies and fruit and vegetables. So I don't like the ipis taste in my juicer, so I have the two-piece blender. It's only $50. You can get it at Target or any of those department stores. Anyway, so now here's the parsley, the hot pepper, the onion, and previously I had blended the peppers. Now, the reason I blended the peppers, and here's the scallion. The reason I blended the peppers before is because it's a small little cup in the blender, so I didn't want everything to just pile up in there and clog. So, and that there then you would have to take a spoon and then so too much. So then I just put them as I blend along. I just keep adding more, and also I'm also doing it so you can see what exactly that I'm doing. But if you have one of those big blenders and you're fine with using it for that, then perfect. Just you could add them on there, but just make sure, like I said, it's not too big. The pieces are not too big so it doesn't clog. So now we adding the Maggie cubes, and you see how I add the thyme. Some people add the thyme with the string. I don't. I like to really try my best to take the actual leaf part out and put that in there. And there's the onion. Adding more onion and another piece of hot pepper because this is for griot. So and this is lemon juice. So you see what I use. I don't know if you don't have that, that would just be like 2 tablespoon, not teaspoon, 2 tablespoon of lemon juice, and that's the clove. Reason I add clove in here, you don't necessarily have to. You can put it directly in the food, but not everyone like that taste. When you bite into it, it's like probably one of the most horrific things to have to bite into. So not a lot of people is very fond of that taste. So I tend to blend it in my ipis. So then here's the garlic. You definitely need garlic. And Haitian Epis, if you don't have all of these, ingredients, you can simply make it with scallion, parsley, garlic, um, maggie cubes. That could actually get you going. But if you want the whole enchilada, so you got to add more ingredients because it's, heighten the whole flavor. So now we're gonna keep adding ingredients and blending. So now you can see all of the ingredients, and I would just wish you could smell it. It smells so delicious. So which will make your food taste delicious. So, yep. And don't forget to check iamshana.com for more recipes. And I would love suggestions and feedbacks. And always remember, that's why I call it the I Am Shana cookbook, because I am cooking based on my style. Like, I know there's every meal you'll ever cook, there's always a base, the basic of how to make it. But you always have to put yourself into it. I always tell people that food consists of your style and plenty of love. So that's some of the ingredients that you have to add to your food. All of the seasoning is great and everything, but it's also about timing, the person. So you can have a recipe, but remember, I can't really teach you how to make anything. I can give you the foundation, and then you just have to add yourself, your style, your flavor, your taste, and adjust it to your liking and your style. So now you see how it looks. Now here's a funny thing: a lot of people like their ipis very like pureed, like very very with nothing, like smoothie, like ugh, I don't like that. I like mine like this. So, but I mean, that's just me. Majority of people like it when it's pureed all the way through. So, but me, I like it like this because it's easier when you're putting it in rice, and and that's salt. Yeah, not too much now. That, believe it or not, that's 1 tablespoon of salt. So you don't want to add too much salt because you're gonna be adjusting the salt. However, you want the ipis to have some type of flavor that blends in there. It marinates in there, so it could. So now we're gonna keep blending, and yeah. But like I said, I don't like it too. I don't like it pureed, and I like a little density in it. So there you go. And so it's almost done. And now I'm, stirring it. So you see, this is perfect, especially for fish, like any Haitian meal that you've ever heard of. Like, because I know the popular Haitian meals are griot. Uh, now this is you see, what full of olive oil. We just added the olive oil. And the olive oil is basically to try to make it stay fresher for longer. Because sometimes when you make it, it just gets sticky, and just like how you add oil to tomato paste after opening the can, it keeps the top fresh. So this basically keeps it around all around. It gives it a little, a little longer lifespan. And basically, Haitian epis last from like a week, if not refrigerated, and like up to 2 weeks. Sorry, a week if refrigerated, and 2 weeks if frozen. So, and if you're one of those people who don't cook that often, I would suggest you don't make the big, you know, you don't make a big ipis bottles. So now, of course, now that you've made this, what do you do with it? Now, this is how you season your meat. So right now, this is for a meal that I'm making. I'll share with you guys later, but I just wanted to highlight a point. So basically, once you prior to putting it epis in your, your meat, what you do is you put, what you're looking at right now is I put some adobo, some garlic, seasoning, and some Larry seasoning salt because it has no MSG. And then I just put the Haitian Epis. I work it in there, keep working it in there. And once you're done, like working it all up in there, and you make sure, do not rush it to the pot. You keep working it in there. And once it's nicely, put in there, I wear gloves with my fresh manicure, and you should wear gloves when you're cooking too, because I know a lot of people think, oh, a woman should not be wearing gloves when she's cooking as long as her hand is clean. No, it's not even about your hand is clean or not. It's what you're taking back, because sometimes, you're touching other things, you're touching your face, yourself. So just try your best when you're touching meat to have gloves, non-latex gloves, hanging around.